You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next?
Say hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate you guys watching these mini playoff editions of the Say Hey Plays. We're up to Say Hey Plays 174 now. So thank you, like I said, for watching. And shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek. Use promo code Pub Sports Radio. That's that full thing, Pub Sports Radio, for $20 off your first purchase on the SeatGeek app. Many games to go to. We just had a sports equinox. So all things kicking off. MLS playoffs. You got the MLB playoffs. Football's in full swing. College football. All the tickets you can find on SeatGeek. Use promo code Pub Sports Radio. All right, now let's talk about NLCS Game 3. NLCS Game 3, San Diego Padres versus the Phillies. We're at 1-1 now. And the Padres, they saw God. They were on the brink of elimination. They're brink of being down 2-0. Obviously, 7-game series, but, bad times. And they saw it, and they spat in its face. They score, I think it was 7 unanswered runs. 8 unanswered runs of what it was. They win the game 8-5. Very impressive comeback. I cashed my Phillies bets aside from the money line that day. Padres even this series up. And, I said the Phillies might win this in 5, and it seems like now might be their chance, the Padres, to get up off the mat here because they obviously have a favorable pitching matchup here because they've got 3 good pitchers opposed to the Phillies 2. Joe Musgrove and his shiny ears take the bump against Ranger Suarez, who can be a plucky lefty, but obviously you feel good about Joe Musgrove in this matchup. Let's talk about Ranger first, the lefty. Last time out, his playoff debut, 3 1/3, 3 innings, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, 5 walks too, maybe some nerves there, a 7-6 victory. So we remember that game. Obviously the Phillies bullpen has shown itself not to be the best, and it's definitely a weakness. So they need length out of their starters. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Ranger, with him going only 3 1/3 last time out. So, and he's also seen these Padres. I forgot to mention that, almost forgot to mention as well. He's gone to Petco Park, and he pitched 7 innings against these Padres. 7 1/3, 2-hit ball, 2 earned runs, a home run, 3 Ks, 2 walks there. So impressive numbers, but maybe he doesn't go. Well, I don't expect him to go that long. I think max he goes would be 6 here, but I would be shocked if he does that. So we'll talk about the offenses here in a second. Let's talk about Joe Musgrove here, of course. Joe Musgrove. We all remember Eargate. He's made himself very famous for it. I'm sure there will be some ear merchandise here soon for Joe Musgrove. He's pitched great so far in the playoffs. His start against the Dodgers, coming off of his dominant performance against the Mets, was still good. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 8 Ks, 3 walks, in a 5-3 victory against the Dodgers. So what can you say? It's just Joe Musgrove and Yu Darvish, and the whole Padres bullpen was leading them through. But now they've obviously saw that little bit of adversity, and the bullpen still continues to pitch well. And it's going to be interesting to see what we do here. Minus 109 was a little surprising. I thought we'd see a little bit of plus money on the Padres here, but I'm a little worried to pick a side here. I'm going to side with the Phillies here. I think their offense can get it done, but I'm not the most confident there. My most confident look here so far is on the over 7.5 runs, and we'll talk about the offenses here. Obviously, 15th against lefties were the Padres this year against lefties. 103 weighted runs created plus, only 3% above average. But against lefties away, 109 weighted runs created plus, 8th in the league. So climbing up a little better little better than anticipated, truthfully. So Ranger Suarez, obviously has seen that success, but I think this Padres bats might have woken up, and I think he might be in for some issues here early on. As for the Phillies bats against Joe Musgrove as a righty, 102 weighted runs created plus. That's 12th for the season, 2% above average, so about the same as the Padres. But against righties at home, 115 weighted runs created plus, so that precipitous jump there. I think these Phillies bats can get to Joe Musgrove here. And as I say, I should be on a Phillies team total here, but we'll look at it here in a moment. Against Joe Musgrove in the one start he faced them this year, 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 home runs allowed, a strikeout and a walk. This was in July at home. And, I think you can make the case, obviously, that he's a different pitcher now as well. But I think that familiarity is going to help here. So I think the Phillies can get to Joe Musgrove. I like the over here. And, we've got a 4-mile-an-hour winds blowing out, apparently. Excuse me, according to Swish Analytics and checking the weather this early, make that with what you will. It'd probably be a little different before game time, but it'll be good hitting weather, 60, 55 degrees around there. It'll be cool. I think it'll be nice hitting weather, like I mentioned. It'd obviously rather be hot, but I think that'll be still good wood will be laid there. And I'm going to quickly hold back this yawn because everyone knows I record these videos right after each game. I'd like a Phillies team total here. Get a 3.5 at -105. And, I bet Phillies money line at -101, but I'm going to make official here, and I'm also going to bet. So I'm going to have 3 Phillies bets, but that money line I don't feel as great about. So I'm going to bet Phillies team total over 3.5 at -105 there. I think they can get to Musgrove a bit. And I will also be taking the full game over 7.5 at -106 at our friends at Bet Online. Shout out to them again. As always, use promo code Pub Sports there, just Pub Sports, for a first-time user. Get you a free deposit match up to $1,000, 100% there. So shout out to them. So those are my 2 plays, guys. That's what I'm going to be watching that intently. Shout out to everyone again for watching these short little Say Hey plays. As always, please leave a comment and let me know what you're on for this game. I'm fascinated to know what you guys think of this series. I think this is a tough series, but, obviously I think the Phillies and that Philadelphia crowd, I think that crowd is going to make a difference. So I'm going to be watching intently. I'll also, and this is a PSA to everyone watching, we'll be live Friday night watching the college football game, but we'll also, of course, have our eyes on this Padres-Phillies game. Me and Dabby Cab, former professional baseball player in his own right, will be breaking down we should be watching the football game live, and of course live betting the football and the baseball, of course, because I'll be having my eyes there. I'll be more intently focused on that, like I said. So tune in there on Pub Sports Radio. Drop a comment, hit the like. Appreciate again everyone for watching. Don't forget to say hey to me on social media at Jose Bouquett. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night because it's going to be a fun night and 2 videos tomorrow. So fun day ahead of us. And don't forget to drop that like. Say hey on social media like I mentioned. I'll see you guys next time.